is just a number, right? Unfortunately, in the times that we're living in now, age has become more than just a number. It's become something defining. A person who is of 16 years of age is less likely to be respected or heard compared to a person who is of 46 years of age. This is because there's a belief that those who are older are wiser, and those who are younger are immature, they're less experienced. However, something that we cannot deny is that a lot of world changers nowadays are younger. Let me give you a familiar example. Malala Yousafzai. She was born in 1997, which means she's part of Gen Z, the current generation of teenagers and youngsters. She is currently the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize and is also a very active advocate for children and women's education in Pakistan. Malala is an incredible example of what a youngster can do when they're given the opportunity to. She had the drive to do what she felt like was necessary, and she was also given a chance to be seen and heard. Because of what she has done and that chance to be seen and heard, we can see her impact. It's undeniable what she has done. Now you can say Malala is just one name amongst so many other older world changers. So let's talk about some more. Let's look at Nkosi Johnson, who spoke in the International AIDS Conference when he was just 11 and actively fought against AIDS. Let's look at Svern Suzuki, who spoke in the Earth Summit when she was just 12 years old and is known as the girl who silenced the world for 5 minutes. We can see one thing in common amongst all of these youngsters. They know that we need change. Now, why is this? This is because they're aware that they will live in the world of tomorrow. So if we do not create change now, they will see the effects later. They will be the ones who see the effects, not the older generation. So they realize that they need to start to change now. However, a lot of younger individuals aren't heard because they're seen as incompetent. They're seen as I said, they're seen as they don't know any better. They're still immature. Now, because of this perception of the younger individuals, they aren't given the opportunity to present the solutions, their thoughts that they have. And because of this, they will be subjected to live in a world that they don't desire to be, in conditions that they think they could have changed if they're just given the chance to. Now, let me give you an example of this. Climate change. It is a very prominent example in today's world and a very voiced out issue. A lot of younger individuals are voicing out their thoughts and opinions on it, and they felt the need that climate change needs to be starting to be combated now, or else change will come too late. However, a lot of the older generation think that climate change shouldn't even be talked about because climate change is something small. It's not something that will affect the world in a bigger scale. However, I beg to differ. In 2030, merely 8 years from now, if we haven't cut our global greenhouse gas emission by half, our world will be 3 degrees Celsius hotter. Now you might say, what is 3 degrees Celsius? I mean, we've lived in 3 degrees Celsius hotter days, but we're still here. However, that is not a world of 3 degrees Celsius hotter. Now, if we live in a world of 3 degrees Celsius hotter, our mobility will decrease. We will move slower, our world will move slower. Ecosystems might falter and even fall under that heat. Not so good, right? So why are so many people ignoring it? Because it is an issue of later. It's not happening now. We don't see the big effects now. We're still moving on just fine. I can talk about it later. I don't have to talk about it now. However, world issues isn't something that we can procrastinate on. And this goes with so many other issues, not just climate change. Racism, sexism, food crisis, water crisis, and even corruption. If we do not initiate change now, nothing will change in the future. Now, the thing is, if we do not start change now, the effects will be seen later. And who will see that effects? The younger generation and their children. I am a part of that younger generation. I do not want to live when I'm grown up in a world where it's worse than it is right now. I do not want my children to live in a world where it is worse than it is right now. So while we can fight, we will and we must. Everyone can strive for change. There shouldn't be an us versus them, no old versus young, because everyone can create change if they are willing enough and they're given the chance to. It's time to prove once more that age doesn't matter. No one is too young to start speaking up about the things that they think matter, and they shouldn't be shut down simply because of their age. Thank you.